are given a gift of, here,
As well.
Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as an attendee in listen-only mode.
information so that you receive the expired listing today. You'll receive the one that expired at midnight the night before. And there are obviously rules about contacting people if the property's already listed with somebody else. You can't call them and try to, list it at that point because it's already under contract. But once it has expired, it's fair game for anybody and everybody. Now, within your own company, sometimes your office has a rule that is you should not go after listings that expired from another agent in your own office. Although I know when I had my own office, I made exceptions to that. I felt that the owner simply maybe had a personality conflict with the agent who had it listed previously, or maybe the agent dropped the ball on them, then I would have no problem with another agent digging out the listing. But check with your management to see. Now, the sooner you contact the expired listing, the better, because most expired listings will relist within 24 hours. So you have a short time frame there in which you go out and talk to them and see if you can get it back on the market for them. So you're going to get a lot of expired listings every day. In a small area, you can get 20 or 30, and if you're in a major metro area, you can get hundreds. So you're going to have to pick and choose. You're going to have to scroll through them and look at them and see if you can pick out ones that you want for some reason, maybe ones that you feel you can make a difference at. Perhaps it's a house you showed and you're familiar with. Maybe it's in your own neighborhood, something like that. You're not going to be able to go out on all of them every day, and the next day you're going to get a whole new list. So you need to pick and choose. I would pick two or three or four, and get out there and see if you can find somebody at home. All it takes is one, and you'll probably be the only one going out in person. Everybody else is going to be calling them on the phone. Their phone's going to be ringing off the hook with agents trying to relist the property. But very quickly they're going to realize that that's not the way to choose a new agent, because they'll all say the same thing. Hi, I see your house is expired and from the MLS, and I'd like to come out and talk to you about relisting it. And that, of course, doesn't mean anything to them at that point. They're looking for a change. They want something better than what they had. They want to get the job done. They're not going to choose an agent that way, so that pretty soon they stop even answering the phone. The person who goes is the one who's going to get it. And if there are, 22 that expired, what's the chances that another agent in your area is choosing the same one you're going out on? You'll probably be the only one. And if it's to be had, then you'll be the one to get it. If you call on 4 today, 2 will probably be home, 2 will not. Of that 2, 1 is probably going to, have an excuse, and 1 you're going to get in the door. That's the odds. You got to work the numbers to get things to fit.
No, you're right. That's got to be.
Now, why do listings expire? Why do listings expire? You need to know the reasons so you know how to approach them. First of all, there's only 2 reasons why listings expire. 2, that's all. Now, what do you think that one of those might be? What do you think that one of those might be? Give me an idea, somebody. Why do you think listings expire? All right, Dennis, looks like you have the first hand up. What do you think?
Price?
Yeah, price. Right. So obvious that the price could be wrong, right? That could very well be the situation. All right, but it's not the only reason. There are 2. What would be the second reason. Let's try Cat. Cat, you know? Are you
Hello?
listening, Cat? Yes, hi.
Yeah. Not good enough marketing on the agent's part?
Exactly. That is the second one. It's not good marketing on the agent part. In other words, there's two things to sell a house: price and the amount of marketing that is done to promote the property. You can have a great property at a great price, but if nobody knows about it, then it's not going to sell. Now, there are other reasons, of course, that come into play, but they all come under pricing. For example, some of you may have thought, well, it's in a bad location. Yeah, that can cause a house to be difficult to sell, but that's not a reason why it does not. It's because you did not price it like a house in a bad location. It could be that the house is filthy dirty. That's not why it doesn't sell. A filthy dirty house will sell, but you've got to price it as such. Same thing with all of those exterior reasons, like somebody next door who parks their cars in the middle of the yard and has parties until 3 in the morning. That can be a negative. And you have to factor that in to your pricing. So it's always about price or the marketing that is done or not done on a property. All right, anybody have anything to add or anything else that you can think of? Right? And the marketing effort. John.
I would also say we might have a non-motivated seller, non-cooperative.
Yeah, that could be. You could have someone who is not willing to price it the way that you want it to price because they want it high because they're not real motivated to sell. That's a listing you shouldn't be taking, John. Yeah, because it still comes back to the price. You got to get it priced or it's not going to sell. You know, there are people who hold firm on their price, and there is a point at which you should walk away. We're going to talk about that next week when we do our listing presentation and go to list property. At what point do you walk away from a listing? But yeah, all of those things can see that agent who took that listing at that overpriced to begin with. Now you go back in. Sometimes they change their mind. Sometimes now they become motivated. Sometimes people want to try higher prices just to see. And then it's amazing how when they're relisted by the second agent, they're a lower price and they sell in the first week. It always kills the first agent when that happens, but the first agent made the mistake. They should have been the one to walk away. Then they could be the one who went back in and got it right the second go round. On page 3, how do we make the first contact with this expired listing? First of all, it's not a time to dilly-dally. It's not a time to delay. Often the first agent in is the one who gets it, especially the first agent at the door. Now, first phone caller usually doesn't. They usually have bad taste in their mouth. They're not going to choose quickly this time. They're going to be very careful the second go round who they choose. They're not going to choose based on a, hi, I see your listing has expired. I'd like to come over and talk to you about listing it. Not going to do that. So you need to go in person and do not delay. Every morning you're given this gift. So get up early, check out the expired, choose the ones, the couple that you want to go out and talk to, knowing that you only need to work a few of these each day when you have the time, the day that you have time. And because next day you're going to get a whole new list. But don't delay. So if I get up and I see this morning that there's a couple that I want to go talk to, I should already be out knocking on those doors. I should have been out. It's 10:15 my time. I should have already been out an hour and 15 minutes ago. knowledge about the area, about their home, maybe the type of home it is, whatever. So do a little research. I would pick ones that I'm kind of familiar with the neighborhood, maybe familiar with the houses, so that when they talk to me about it, I look smart and I don't look like I don't know what I'm talking about. So familiarize yourself with the property, do a little MLS search, see what homes they're selling for, what they've sold for in the past, what they're listed at now, what their competition is. And then remember that many expired owners have been through a frustrating time. I'm telling you, if you have your house on the market for 4 months and it hasn't sold, that's frustrating. You have it on the market for a 6-month listing and it hasn't sold, or even a 3-month. The fact that it hasn't sold is frustrating for people. We need to remember that and remember to be empathetic to that situation. We never want to wait to call on them because, like I say, tomorrow there's a whole new list. And we never criticize the previous agent or the previous company, even if they do. In fact, if they do, let them do it. But you don't have to add to it. Oh, you forgot that he's also a jerk. You don't need to say that. You can just leave it as is. And at the same time, I don't want you to own their criticism. Sometimes people will be criticizing the previous agent. And then, it's like he didn't do this and he didn't do that, and you people don't do this and you people don't do that. Don't own it. Let them know that you are different and tell them why. Always discover if they still need and want to sell their home. Make sure that they still need and want to sell their home, and try to get a read on their willingness to relist it. Allow them to vent if they want to. Sometimes they need to say all the negative things they want to say about the previous agent, previous company, the industry, whatever. Allow them to vent. When people vent, they're basically telling you they're telling you what they need and what they want. Basically, they tell you how to sell them is what they do. And then ask open-ended questions, and schedule a face-to-face appointment at the home, in the home. All right, so we're going to do it. We're going to do it right now. So we're out today. We picked out our expired listings. We're knocking on the door. Knock, knock, knock. Hi, Tony Reuter, Wife of Real Estate. How are you today? I see that your home is no longer for sale. Is that correct? Now, don't be surprised when they do not know. It's amazing how many people do not know that their home is no longer on the market. I could have said, I see your home is no longer on the market, or I see your home is no longer for sale. Don't be surprised if they say, well, what are you talking about? There's a sign in the yard. Of course it's for sale. You see, people don't necessarily keep track of the ending date on their listing agreement.
There you go.
The only time they really know exactly when it's going to expire is when they are furious at their agent. Then they're counting the days. But otherwise, they're not paying attention to that. So they may not know. Therefore, I always want you to take a printout from your MLS that shows their home under the expired category, so that you can, prove your point here. But don't be surprised. They do not know. And you might wonder why their agent did not let them know and attempt to extend the listing with them. But you know what? Maybe they're already on the outs with one another. Maybe the agent knows that he's not going to get it extended, so why bother? Or maybe he doesn't like them anymore and doesn't want the listing anymore. Or, you're not going to believe this one, but the biggest reason of all is that the agent did not keep track of the expiration date on the listing and has allowed it to accidentally expire. regardless.
Swoop and scoop.
It works to your benefit. Because if they, once you show them and they say, oh my gosh, I can't believe that that happened. Yeah, you know, it's a good thing that I stopped by. Otherwise, people think your home's on the market when it's not. And that works in your favor because even if they still like the old agent, they suddenly realize that that person has dropped the ball and they probably don't like you quite as much anymore. So let's go back in time. Let's say that she does know her listing is no longer on the market with the MLS. And so she may say, that's right, it is off the market. So I need to find out if selling still in her plan. So that's what I'm going to say. Can I ask, is selling still in your plan? Do you still want to sell the home? If she says, yes, they still want to sell the home, it's just no longer listed with XYZ company, then you're going to move forward. Now, they're going to come up with all kinds of other things that they might throw at you at today. Before this day is over, I'm going to give you every objection you will ever hear from an expired listing and how to handle it. Because we know what they're going to say. Most people are going to try to get rid of you by saying things that may or may not be true. It's a reflex response. You're at their door. They don't know what to do. They're not ready to just, have somebody come in that they don't know. They've had a bad experience perhaps. They want to be more careful next time. And so they throw what we call smoke screens at you. Today we'll learn how to cover all that. But if they want to vent about their agent, well, I'm not surprised that he just let it go off the market. He probably knew we're not going to relist it with him anyway because he did this and he didn't do that and blah, 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 blah. Allow them to vent. In fact, if they don't, there's nothing wrong with saying, may I ask, it seems like you have a nice home here. Do you have any ideas why it did not sell? That will encourage them then to tell you what they think happened.
Unload.
And then based on that, you can ask questions, and the minute you see, the second you feel that you can ask for an appointment, you need to do so. The quicker the better. Ask for an appointment and try to schedule a face-to-face then appointment with them. Now we have a visual aid that's in your packet of information that you might want to pull out right now. Looks like this, months without selling. Maybe it's time for a whole new direction. Now that booklet is a leave behind as well. If they're not there, you can leave it there. It says, I was physically here at your door. I'm not one of those, 9 calls on your message machine when you get inside the house. Or 9 calls on your voicemail. That's not me. I was here. And just by being there sets you apart from the crowd. So it's a leave behind if they're not there, but it's also something you can give them if they're not ready to make an appointment yet. And it's something to give them to think about, to take a look at, and then ask them if they might have time to look at it this afternoon. And if so, ask if you can call them back this evening. You want to be the one to call